very sophisticated people here who have technical skills. I've listened to their reporting in the past. These people are good. They're smart and they're well-trained. And yet, at no point in any of these discussions that I've been to in the past or today, have we seen anybody ask the commissioner, for example, ask the technical staff, what does your model predict about what will happen to National Grid's income and profit if we go to 10%, 15%, 25%? Do you think that some of those people sitting in the chair could not provide those kinds of estimates? Yes, they could. They talk about making decisions and they have no modeling. I mean, this doesn't happen in organizations like this with competent people unless nobody's asking for those projections. But they could do that for the various amounts of the down payment that is being discussed. They could also do the same thing. They could develop models based on past experience. How many more people who are put on these programs, how many more would succeed if it went to 15% or 10%? Is that a valuable question to ask? Well, if you had more people being successful at, say, 10% than 15% or 25%, that's a good thing for National Grid, and that's a good thing for the consumer. So I think one of the things we need to do in the past is when they say, well, no, we're going to stick with 15% or 25%, we should say, what's the technical basis of that?
Absolutely.
Not, as you're suggesting, what is the political basis of that? We know what that is. That's been around forever and ever. But you've got technical staff. What does your technical staff tell you about what the incomes will be, what the success rate will be if we change these statutorily or however the commission does it by fiat? What's the success rate likely to be? Will they be spot on? Models are never spot on. Still, it's better than just staring out at us and saying, well, I think we should stay with this amount. That's called an act of faith. I'm all for acts of faith, but not when it comes to helping people who need assistance in getting heat, light, and power, and food.
The other point too is the light money will only go so far because we're only allowed X amount. And if we're doing emergency fee, for example, someone with $2,000 balance, 25% of that, we're looking at $500 that they're going to need to be restored. But at 10%, we're only going to need 200. So how many more people can we help
Sure.
during that emergency restoration period?
That's the modeling issue.
Right. And that was what I was trying to yell out and not too happy about.
I've been shut off for a month. I can afford 200. 500 is kind of steep.
Right.
You know?
Steep for anybody. You know?
Can you explain how much you owe and then what the difference of this vote is going to make that we just got?
Well, I owe 1,600,
Mhm.
and if it's 25%, what's that?
400.
400.
400.
400.
Yeah, I can't really afford 400.
Now
I
you
can
can
try to
afford the
squeeze it in.
160 though,
Yeah.
right? That's still gonna be tough, but it's more affordable than 400.
So I guess I'll just stay shut off, huh? And just-
No,
No.
we won the
No, no,
10%
no.
right now. And just to be clear, I want to thank everyone for being here because the George Wise Center put out this proposal, and it wasn't an automatic thing, don't get it mixed, right? That they came up with this idea. This is something we've been doing year after year, and it's the power of the people here that put, people power behind that paper.
But they
Because the
gave-
George Wise Center, we sent in that proposal, but it's people power that makes a difference about how they vote.
So as a result, in sending in the 160, okay?
Does
I
any-
have a question.
Yep.
Why weren't we allowed to speak up or tell them our experience during all these years? With
So technically, an open meeting, they don't have to open it up to public comment, they can, and they have in the past, so it's not accurate to say that they can't. But, they can, they have that option. The difference between an open meeting and a hearing is the hearing, they have to type up this transcripts. This, they can immediately put the policy into effect, which makes a big difference. So, they should have, out of respect for the representative, let the representative speak for sure.
Yep.
But, let's go take a group picture, because we gotta, we gotta be proud of what we won and keep on fighting to get what we deserve. So
Amen.
we're gonna go out front over here, and